Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. So today I'm going to go ahead and talking about potential changes for the 2020 Major League Baseball season. Now of course with the huge spread of the coronavirus, one thing has already been delayed, and that was opening day for Major League Baseball. It's the middle of April. We would be usually about 20 games into the season by now, and at the moment there's still no baseball to be played. However, with these new potential changes coming our way, we could have baseball back earliest by the middle of May, so about a month from now, which is exciting. But not just that, a lot of other things are in the mix and are being adjusted to kind of coordinate this new schedule, these new changes for Major League Baseball in this upcoming year. So I'm excited to discuss this with you. I'll give you guys my thoughts and opinions, explain to you the new changes, exactly what's going on, and let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. If you're ready for this video, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Without further ado, let's get into some of the changes for 2020. So according to Bob Nightingale, Major League Baseball has thrown out a lot of different options that can help us bring back baseball in a safe way for players and fans. Now this is awesome because again, like I said, we could have baseball back by the middle of May, but a lot of changes are something that we're going to have to deal with when baseball does come back. And the one thing is the changing of divisions. Now, because this coronavirus is a pandemic spreading all across America and different countries over the globe, it's not really safe for players to be traveling from state to state for different series. So what's going to happen instead is they're going to be constricted to 2 states. They can play in Arizona and Florida, and that is it. There's going to be 15 teams in each state, and they will not leave Florida or Arizona throughout the entirety of the season, to the best of my belief and what I know at the moment. So of course, because of these changes, there's not going to be just American League teams in one state and just National League teams in another. So the divisions are going to change, the names of the divisions are going to change, and the teams in it are going to be different as well, which is kind of big. Now the Grapefruit League and Cactus League are going to be introduced, and this of course sounds familiar because of spring training. The teams in Florida are the Grapefruit League, and the teams in Arizona are the Cactus League. And this is all going to be based off of the spring training sites for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. So we're going to go ahead and get into which teams are in which division. I'm going to talk to you guys about how competitive or not competitive each division is and how this could affect the year. So starting off with the new realignments in the Grapefruit League, we have the North, South, and East divisions as compared to the American League East, West, and Central. So now that's a little bit different as well with the subdivisions overall in the Grapefruit League as a whole. We're going to start off in the North, so the Grapefruit League North, and this consists of 5 teams. The New York Yankees, the Philadelphia Phillies, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Detroit Tigers, and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now as a Yankees fan, I do not mind this at all, but this is a very easy division in my opinion. I think the Yankees are going to be an overpowered team. They're going to win a whole bunch of games, and just like the regular season, with the regular divisions and standings and everything, usually the teams within your division are the teams who play the most. So the Yankees, I think, are going to kind of overkill the Jays, the Tigers, and the Pirates, as there are 3 of the okay teams in Major League Baseball. The Phillies will definitely have a fight as well, but really none of these teams stand a fair chance against New York, who just picked up Garrett Cole, have a really good offense. Their pitching is still solid. So this might be an easy path for the New York Yankees to make it to the playoffs, and don't know how I feel about it. I think it kind of is a little unfair here, but again, how can you easily align and readjust the team so it's fair for everyone? You can't. But you're going to see some of the South and the East divisions in the Grapefruit League. They are a lot more competitive. And again, it is all based off of spring training sites. So really, it's not Major League Baseball saying, okay, these 5 teams are going to be here. We're going to make the Yankees be the easy pick. Whatever. It's not them. It's just where they are located. But the Yankees, I think, will easily go ahead and defeat the Phillies, Jays, Tigers, and Pirates in multiple series. I don't think they're ever really going to have a huge competition when it comes to just the North Division alone. But I mean, it is what it is. So we'll see how things happen. If this is finalized, the Yankees do have a really clear path to the playoffs, and I think that's for sure guaranteed. On the flip side of things, we go to the Grapefruit League South Division, which is a lot more competitive. You have the Boston Red Sox, Minnesota Twins, Atlanta Braves, Tampa Bay Rays, and the Baltimore Orioles. So the Twins and the Rays are going to be huge division rivals here. They both did extremely well in 2019 and are projected to do better this upcoming season, so that's going to be fun to watch. Then you have the Braves and the Red Sox, who are 2 pretty good teams as well, and they'll have some fights in there. They're going to try to do something big, but I don't think they're going to beat out the Twins or the Rays Either way, this is going to be a fun division to watch, and it's a lot more competitive than the North, so it kind of does seem a little unfair here because you have a lot of big teams in this division and the East, which we're going to talk about next, but it's going to be fun to watch. It's another stacked division, just like the National League East was supposed to be this year, or even the American League East with the Yankees and the Rays battling out. So it's going to be fun. It is new. It spices things up a little bit, but this is all going to be taking place in Florida. It's going to be fun to watch for sure. And now our final 5 teams in the Grapefruit League make up the South Division, and those are going to be the Washington Nationals, Houston Astros, New York Mets, St. Louis Cardinals, and Miami Marlins. So again, aside from the Marlins here, you really have a competitive division. Maybe not necessarily the Cardinals too much, but the Mets are going to do super well in 2020. They were really hyped up going into this year. The offseason was really nice for them. Then you have the Astros and the Nationals who are coming off of a World Series championship. This is going to be really fun. We have essentially a World Series rematch between the Nationals and Astros, if this happens, a lot this 2020 season because they're in the same division. So a lot of series, like 3 or 4 game sets, we're going to see the Nationals and Astros take each other on. The Mets are going to compete. It's going to be fun to watch. The Grapefruit League is stacked in the South and the East. The North, again, the Yankees seem to be the favorites, but it's going to be really cool to see how things play out if this does be finalized, and it is how 2020 ends up playing. In the Cactus League, again, this is going to be the Arizona teams. You have the Northeast, the West, and the Northwest divisions. In the Northeast, it is made up of the Chicago Cubs, San Francisco Giants, Arizona Diamondbacks, Colorado Rockies, and the Oakland Athletics. The 2 big teams here who I think are really going to be competitive are the Oakland Athletics and the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's going to be fun to see those 2 teams play each other a lot. I mean, usually we do see the Oakland Athletics in the American League, so these teams don't play each other very often, but it is going to be kind of fun to see how things pan out in the Cactus League Northeast. And again, not too competitive, just 2 really big teams here. But if we go to the Cactus League West, you have the Dodgers, the White Sox, the Reds, the Indians, and the Angels. Now that is going to be a fun matchup. The Los Angeles Dodgers, the Chicago White Sox, who are supposed to be really big going into this year, made some huge signings this winter, so will they compete with the Dodgers, who just got even better than last year? Who knows? But then you have the Indians, the Reds made a lot of new signings and acquisitions, and then the Angels, who added Anthony Rendon to the mix with Mike Trout. So that's going to be a fun division. If I have those teams on television, I'm definitely going to be tuning in to the Cactus League West a whole lot of times. Now, again, I don't know how the TV is going to work and how we're going to broadcast it out to fans because, as we're going to talk about in a little bit, fans are not going to be permitted into these games to watch the teams play. But let's talk about the final division here, and that is the Northwest in the Cactus League. You have the Brewers, Padres, Mariners, Rangers, and Royals. So it could be very simple. The Brewers might run away with it. You might have the Padres who kind of be rivals with Milwaukee, but really nothing crazy in this division. The Rangers going to be okay. The Royals, really nothing crazy. Mariners not too good either. But the Cactus League is not as competitive necessarily as the Grapefruit League. Either way, big changes, lots of teams playing new faces going into 2020. It's going to be fun to see how things pan out. I said it a couple of times already in this video, but if this does happen, it's going to be interesting to see how teams do in new environments. So I briefly mentioned this just a couple moments ago, but no fans are going to be allowed into any of these games. So I would assume what Major League Baseball would do, what the right thing to do is broadcast all of these games for free, either on MLB TV or on cable or something, so all fans have access to their favorite teams in every game. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware, I'm sure most of you are if you've really been following baseball, but Major League Baseball and the Vault have been releasing a lot of games from the past onto YouTube and MLB TV for free for anyone to watch. And that's been really cool, really fun, really nice of them, but I mean, we kind of should have something like that anyway, with the season being temporarily suspended. So that gave everyone access to free games from the past, including 2018 and 2019 games, I believe, from the regular season and the postseason. So I would assume they do something similar here. They broadcast all games from the 2020 season. That is, again, the right thing to do since no fans are permitted. I think it's going to be a mistake if they make people pay for subscriptions to these, but I guess they kind of have to make money somehow. But I don't know how that's going to work out. And I don't know if maybe as we get later into the season, as things clear up, if they'll let fans into games or not. We don't know how this is going to work out. Again, nothing's official, nothing is confirmed. So this new alignment of divisions and teams might not even happen either. but they are trying to get baseball back as soon as possible. Now, if things do go down, play is going to be strictly in Arizona and Florida at the spring training sites. I don't think there's going to be traveling within the states. I think that kind of brings more risk to the players and their families, but there's going to be a condensed season. We could see baseball back the earliest by the middle of May, which would be best case scenario, but who knows what's going to happen. Again, the division realignments all came out per Bob Nightingale. Kind of crazy. Stacked divisions, easy competition divisions, or little competition for that fact. But this is going to be crazy. And if things happen, 2020 could be a very interesting season. Like, how important is this World Series title going to be? Like, if the Yankees win World Series number 28, does it really matter? Does it make a difference? It's a completely different Major League Baseball season. Different teams, different divisions. They don't have really anyone competitive in the division. How much does this matter? And if teams win, you have the Grapefruit League champion and the Cactus League champion, not the AL champion, not the NL champion. Like, the pennants are going to be different. I don't know. Just kind of crazy. I don't know if I like it or not. I mean, I am a fan. I want baseball, of course, to come back as soon as possible. For the Yankee side of things, and if I'm looking at it, I love this. It should be an easy path to the later season. But if I'm just looking at it as an overall fan base perspective, this is definitely an interesting way of going about things. I love that baseball could be coming back. I think this is a pretty good idea, though. I like that they could be playing in their spring training sites with no fans. I'm a fan of it because I want baseball back, just like you guys, as soon as possible. So guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already, let me know what you guys think about the new division realignments down below in the comment section, and if you are for or against these changes coming our way potentially in 2020. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.